How about now? Better? I think we're here. I've been playing with a different app that stole my audio when we started, which I didn't real. So, good. Good. That's weird. I'll have to figure out. I'll need that app to run later. But that was weird that it just took over the audio. Hitting the mic worked. I won't do that again. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Glad y'all are here. It's been a heckified morning at the Pen Addict household, which we'll talk about momentarily, which leads into the things I'm going to do on stream today. Before we get into the Untitled Goose Game, which we will certainly do. Good afternoon, Methanius. Good morning, Inkwell Monster. Hope you're feeling better. But first, here's what I would like y'all to wake up to this morning, because this is what I woke up to. Good friend of the show, of the pod, of the Pen Addict, Andy Welfley, sent me this link up on the, hey, Kimmy, sent me this link up on MailChimp's site this morning. And this picture cracks me up. I don't know. It makes me happy. Miss Crafties, thanks so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it. That's going to be my thing on subs. I'm going to get the gif of Will Ferrell and Sherry O'Terry doing the cheer. Like, go team. Blake Moore, what's up? Oh, no goose emoji. Yes, link. So, I woke up to this in my Twitter feed. We're good friends with a lot of people at MailChimp. Woo! Finally caught a stream. We should probably do a Ric Flair woo as well, too. And I remember they did a little video shoot and a product shoot and interview. I can't even remember where that stuff is now, but now we're linked. This may have been here for a while, but Andy saw it this morning. And yeah, that's me and Jeff in the old knock shop. Can we embiggen the image? Look at those guys. I know those guys. So handsome guys. But yeah, we're friends with a bunch of people at MailChimp since MailChimp's based in Atlanta. We know some people, and they did a little thing on us. It's got to be 3 years ago, I'm guessing. So, shop's no more. Rip that shop. Yeah, I've got more gray in my beard. For sure, the hairline's a little tighter across the top, but yeah, that's us. So it was cool. This made me happy this morning. Made me smile, and it was kind of pertinent because I'm doing a bunch of knock stuff today. So let me take this down. All right, so that was that was my fun this morning, but that's the only fun I've had this morning. I put work stream in the title, work stream, twerk stream, just because I'm weird that way, but I have work to do today because it didn't get done this morning, because this is how my morning went. All right, y'all ready for story time, chat? So, school day for the kids, right? We get up about 6:15, 6:30 and get them all ready, and I usually, that's when I'm editing Sarah's post this morning. She'll send me an email last night for her article, and I'll spend some time this morning getting it edited and put up on the site, and that's kind of like my morning routine for the articles that post on the Pen Addict. And I can usually get that done before it's time to take the kids to school. My wife's worked the last 3 days, so she was going to take the kids to school today and just let me work and do whatever new I came over to stream. So that's how my morning started. So everyone leaves about, I don't know, it's about 7:20, 7:30. They leave to go to school, and about 5 minutes later, my wife calls. Never a good sign. Hey, I got a flat tire. I'm pulled over here. Can you come, bring your car? Let me take the kids to school. Then you figured out the flat tire. I'm like, yeah. So I was just getting out all my stuff to fix myself breakfast. Threw it all back in the fridge. I didn't even put Toby in his crate. I just let him run. And so I zipped on down. They were only about 5 minutes down the road. Zipped on down. The tire was half Like, it was definitely a problem. So they jump in my car. They jump out. They're switching in my car. And I was like, what happened? How'd you get a flat tire? Like, the part that she didn't tell me on the original call was, oh, I ran off the road. So I'm like, okay, so not good, but, whatever. It's like, how'd you run off the road? Just like, my purse was falling down, so I reached for it and kind of did that little lean off the side of the road. Okay, so now the tire is like half full. Cool. It's got enough air in it. I can drive it to the oil change place that does like the tire repair and all that stuff. Oil change, tire, general repairs on the car. Place we've used for probably bordering on 2 decades, so they know us well. Pull it in there, drop it off, said, hey, got a flat tire, right rear flat. Just, fix it, and my wife's going to come pick me up after she drops to school. So I went to Crystal for breakfast, it might be a mistake later. I rarely eat Crystal, but it was the only thing within walking distance without having to cross a busy road. So like I since I didn't get breakfast at home, I was like, let me crystal meth pretty much. Like, so that's a longer story for Crystal, but it is pretty much when you're on crystal meth at 3 a.m. is where you go eat. It's one of those places. So yeah, you're definitely not familiar with Crystal, but it's a Southern thing. Yeah, bold choice. Let's see if it plays off. So yeah, that is not something I do regularly, if ever. So she comes and picks me up. Southern White Castle. That's exactly right. She comes and picks me up, and I'm like trying to figure out like all this stuff. So get home, and I got a bunch of things I need to do before I stream today. Like she knows. Why do I know? Because I have newspapers. And I've seen it. I wouldn't know personally. I've definitely been at the Waffle House at those hours back when in my younger days, but not because of crystal meth. So anyway, so now I'm just like behind in all the stuff I need to do this morning before I come to start the stream. So that's how my morning's going. So my wife's like, super apologies. She's like, I'll take you over, to my parents' house, which is where I stream. And, I'll come back and get you later, and we'll figure out the car, whatever. We'll get it when it's ready. So I'm about to jump in the shower. The car place calls. Says, hey, Mr. Dowdy. I'm like, this is probably not going to go well. She's like, you have a bent rim. And I'm like, cool. What is this going to cost me, and what does this entail? So he's like, we can fix it today. We just got to send it off to, the bent rim guy. Send it out. We'll get it back late this afternoon. It'll be like $200 to fix the bent rim. I'm like, cool. So that's how my morning's gone. So now we're trying to figure out. Now we're just like, we just looked at each other and laughed this morning. Like it's been a good morning just for our marriage, because we're both like in the best mood. Like we're just handling it. Like, and we like, you know what? We're fortunate to be able to do this. That I work from home. My wife was off today. Today's we're lucky it happened on a day where we can just handle all this with relative ease, even though it pushed my schedule behind and, kind of screwed up my work plans for today. So you're going to get stuck with me for the first part of this stream, writing a newsletter for Knock. So that's my story time. I've updated one thing on the site already. Here, we'll bring it up for you. On the stream. So since I've been over here in the pre-stream hours, I've uploaded the newest Tallulah, which is, you didn't get a notification. That's been a rash of people not getting notifications. If you want to get notified, I don't know, maybe go toggle it. That's the only thing, but there were a bunch of people on Tuesday that did not get notifications of the stream. So wife did the same thing 2 months ago. Yep. It's like, man, my day, for all the things I have to do today, it's not starting off right. But you know what? We laugh about it. It just is what it is. So what I needed to do this morning is only partially done. One, I needed to get the new Tallulah up. I You didn't get a notification? That's weird. I don't think I can change anything on my side, but it's been a recurring theme recently. So I got the new Tallulahs in yesterday. I wanted to get them up on the site. Since it's already built out on the site, I can just add in the new color. You missed story time about why I'm so wound up today and why I'm going to be working on a Not Code newsletter instead of getting that done before. Basically, my wife ran off the road, got a bent rim, and I've had to deal with that all morning. So we're here and on time now, though. So, hey. So now you get to see the new Tallulah, which is violet, pink zipper, and Blue Jay interior, which is like an electric blue. Got one here. The pink stitching on this blue is like, it's just rad. Like, you totally can't see that, but let's see if it works over here on desk cam. Yeah, like, you know, it was time for the Tallulah to have a wild color. We did black and gray first. We did clay and sunshine for the Kickstarter, and we chose to do this wild one for regular inventory. What's the outside look like? So it's purple. It's the same violet as we've done the Brasstown and the Sinclair. So that's violet. It's the same violet exterior. And then we'll have the Lookout in violet and raven, hopefully in the next week or two. And then we'll have the Lookout in a base color too, clay and sandstone. So this is the first one of the new batch of colors coming in. It came out so good. I love the interior because it's basically like that 3D pink and blue look that I like, with the black trim. Actually works well. So it's very cool. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Oh, here's a better picture. So there's the exterior. So I just had to get these temporary pictures up, and my wife will be doing the regular pictures for this. Heading to Brasstown Bald. Give me a picture. Give me a picture with the Brasstown. So yeah, I just had to put these pictures up real quick this morning. Took them in my light box with my phone. My wife will do the fancy pictures, which I'm going to show y'all. It's pretty close to Raven's purple. It's maybe a touch lighter, like one shade lighter than Raven's purple. So yeah, I'm real happy with how it came out. That's up on the site now. If you're interested in this, you may want to wait on ordering it, because what I'm going to work on when I'm done going through the site is I'm putting out the newsletter for the Burton. So I got half of the Burtons that I'm owed. I'm going to go ahead and put them up. You're going to have to go on the... I'm not trying to be coy or, you know, whatever on the Burton, but you have to sign up to the Not Code newsletter to see what time that's going to launch. It's going to launch today. And I've only got 60 of them right now, then I'll have another 60 coming next week. So if you want the Burton, you need to sign up for the Not Code newsletter. I said that's where I would launch it first, so I'm going to hold that. I'm going to hold to that statement. So sorry for being a little bit coy on that. It'll be today, though. So, and I'm actually going to, what I get to do the first part of this stream after I'm done rambling and showing you all these cases that I'm super happy with, I'm going to write that newsletter. So that's what it's cost me some time this morning. So I have to get that done. So y'all are just going to have to bear with me while I work through MailChimp and the newsletter. But yeah, isn't that cool? I'm very happy with it. So if you couldn't tell. So yeah, the Tallulah is a design that it just came out of a few different designs and questions about how we want to build products, and we came up with this one. We weren't sure if we could nail this one, and it's been one of the better, more perfectly nailed products that we've done in a long time. So super happy with it. Oh, I gotta show y'all. I gotta continue to do something here. So my wife redid all the photos for the page. I uploaded them yesterday, got them finished. So we'll have more consistency in the colors of the product. So you can see where mine is. Like, this was just a quick edit, and it doesn't really match the rest of the aesthetic. So if you go onto the pages now, they're much more consistent in color and style. So I'm real happy with how these turned out. She did a great job. So all active products on the site have been updated except the penvelope, which is these colors are going away. This color for the pencil pouch is going to be black this time. So I'm just going to keep that up for a minute, and then the lookouts will get new pictures next week as well. When the yeah, they're definitely more accurate and they're more consistent across the pages. So we have a permanent setup now at the house to where we can take consistent photos every time. Because I can do this quickly to get the product up, but to like get them looking correct and accurate, I want to get her to professionally do them, if you will. So I'm real happy with how they turned out. So, and then I have some of them have like some glamour shots in them, which I think turned out fantastic. So I'm very happy with that. So I just uploaded all the pictures yesterday. She worked for days and days to get all these done. So we'll still have a few more to go, and we'll get the Tallulah glamour shots up. I just tried to get a decent representation up as quick as possible today. Since I'm launching the Burton and those came in, I wanted to go ahead and get it up there. So, but I'm real happy with how these came out. She used some little photography tricks to get these open mouth shots, and she did some cool stuff. So very happy with how they came out. So yeah, it's cool. All right, that's enough pipping. I should share a Google Doc and we should group write your newsletter. I have a feeling that will be a wild newsletter. That would be a wild newsletter. We're actually going to talk about group doing something here shortly. The top 5 pin list. I think I'm going to commit to the crowdsourced top 5 pin list. So we're going to talk about that. I have to get this newsletter done. So here's what I would like while I do this. It's not going to take me long, like 15 minutes. What I would like during this time is if y'all have any questions, we can stop and start and do all this stuff as we go. So yeah, I'm going to bring this up, start writing it. But if y'all have any questions while I'm doing this, definitely let me know. With MailChimp, they make it pretty easy. I can just basically have a template for the newsletter, and the Knock newsletters are simple. Header image, product shots, 1 or 2 paragraphs of text, links, ship it. So I can take the previous iteration of the newsletter and just choose to replicate it, which that's how I do my Pen Addict membership stuff too. Just replicate the previous newsletter. You just got to make sure you edit all the right spots. So if y'all catch me going quiet for a minute, it's just because I'm typing the content for the newsletter, so I got to think about it. So if there's anything we want to discuss, if y'all want to go ahead and start discussing how I should do the top 5 pin list crowdsource, like what the first thing I'm looking for the crowdsourcing is what platform to use for a poll. So should I do Google Docs and create the polls within Google Docs? Is that the best to get the information? I kind of think it is, because then I can save that information in a file, the answers, as opposed to what's one of the common poll or other type of freebie type of systems. There's other things out there. So I'd be curious if you've had any experience. SurveyMonkey, okay? Because I want people to I want to have like 10 choices, and then the results will be the top 5 out of those. And I'm probably going to do some test polls with Pen Addict members this weekend to see how it all works out and make sure this is going down the right path. So yeah, I'm open to those type of things. Woobox, that's a new one on me, so I need to write that down. those ideas would be the easiest to share, like the Google Docs, links, and SurveyMonkey. SurveyMonkey allow you to keep the data. Like, I don't want people's information data. I want voting data accessible later. Okay. So my concern then is, okay, say we pick one of these choices. I'm assuming most of them have some type of limitation to the number of entries you can have without asking for people's emails. I really, 1 entry per email address. Like, I wonder if I can like choose to not keep it, but choose it as a safety measure for entries, but not save the data. That's my number 2 question is, okay, which platform? And then on top of that, topic of the day is I have to do work because I've had a long morning with car trouble. So we're discussing, while I'm doing the Not Code newsletter, I'm releasing the Burton today, and a new Tallulah. We're all discussing that I'm going to commit to the crowdsourcing of the top 5 list, and I would like to run that on Monday. So I'm trying to sort out the best options for the crowdsourcing. So that's what we're thinking of. But I might be a little bit quieter for a little bit this morning until I get this newsletter posted, because my schedule got blown this morning by car trouble. Printers suck. Like, there's no two bones about it. Printers have become one of the least delightful office equipment items these days, because I use them so infrequently. You might use them more. Yeah, tech support can't even do it, then that's a bad day. All right, Dropbox. Where are you? What are my pictures? There it is. Not co. Images. Pictures. That is like the good thing. If you're like somewhat technically adept, and then you can't fix the thing, and then you call the person who really is technically advanced and they can't fix the thing, even though the thing's not fixed, you generally feel like, okay, I'm not a complete idiot here. Like, I did what I could do. It didn't work, but you can't do it either, so oh well. HP drivers historically. Are any printer drivers good? Like, is there any good, nice, healthy printer drivers? Thanks for hanging out this morning. My thing reminded me that, even though your notifications aren't working, I apologize for that. I think it's been a Twitter issue here this week, at least from what I've heard. Yeah. I'm scared of PC, since I do things on my PC that I don't do on my Mac, like play games, like video drivers and those type of drivers. Google lets you limit to 1 entry by signing in with Google, but also to not collect the email address. That's pretty good. Like, I mean, there might be some people complaining that they don't have a Google account and can't vote, and it might just have to be like, that just might have to be like a part of the fallout. Like, I'm doing it. I do not want your information. So I'm trying to, yeah. So, and like, I'd be okay with that. I think the data set would still be large enough. I don't know what that number would be, but I would imagine hundreds of votes for these is my hope. Yeah, so you don't have a Google account. So I'm going to look into it, and we'll look at like SurveyMonkey and what'd Jesse say? Woobox. Write this down. You can use a Google questionnaire without having a Google account. Okay, that's good. Google is evil. I mean, we make lots of evil choices every day, unfortunately. Woobox. Yeah, I mean, I really don't think we would have anyone trying to game the system. I would just like to kind of try, if that makes sense, right? You know, understanding that it's not going to be perfect and the data is just going to be ruined. I don't think that will happen. But I would like to attempt to try to, you know, make it good from the get-go. But we'll see. I'm not going to get overly concerned about it. I would just like to make it easy for everyone and valid. Got that one, got that one. I'm trying to find the pictures for my newsletter right now, and I'm missing one. There it is. All right, let those upload. Ooh, sorry you're having a work week this week, Anna. That stinks. The guy behind the Visionaire is going to stuff the ballot box. Yeah, like, I don't think people are obsessed enough about a micro tip gel pen to say, hey, let's fudge these numbers here. You know, let's make sure we're going to get the pilot contingent pushing the G2 to the top. You know, and we'll have a huge outlier from pilot out of Jacksonville. Get IP logs from Jacksonville, Florida, all voting for the pilot G2. That would be great. All right, give me that picture. The fountain pen people are the ones you have to watch. That's hilarious. I wouldn't put anything past Reddit either. If y'all are ready for me to... that reminds me, I did have a subject change slight topic that I've been thinking about recently. We'll get to in a minute. Remind me, don't let me forget. I'm glad fountain pens can make it more bearable. Writing a trivia quiz for a general audience of trivia nerds. Ooh, the chaos pen. Yeah, nice. All right. I'm going to throw y'all for a loop here real quick. While I'm typing. So, Slack. It's been awesome. It is awesome. Like, it's not going, I'm not saying it's going anywhere or anything like that. But, and it's really good for the conversation, like chat, like we're having right now, right? Live-ish conversations. But the hang up has always been nothing gets saved. There's no threading. You can't go back to things. And I was wondering if the Reddit Pen Addict channel would be a good place for some of the permanent conversations that people wanted to have. So the Pen Addict subreddit has been there for ages. It's pretty much unused. It would also allow for more active moderation to take place. And I'm not saying Slack should relocate there. And there's lots of other pin talk on Slack, on Reddit that you could get to. Yeah, then you would have to use Reddit. I mean, and that's a downside. Like, there's some negativity and downside to Reddit. But there's a specific Pin Addict sub. And I just wonder if some of the conversations might be good there because they can be searched later. They can have images that don't go away. They have comment threading. They have topics. And I don't know. It was just a thought I was having. Not saying it would ever usurp Slack, but it could be something different and it could be confined. Yes, Tony, you could be a mod. Pretty much everyone in here could be a mod. It would be confined to the Pin Addict Reddit, right? You wouldn't have to go anywhere else on Reddit. You could just go to the Pin Addict Reddit and know that you're going to get somewhat the same experience as you get on Slack, which you can't, you can't guarantee the content, but you can have a much bigger moderation team on Reddit. Yes. So 2 things. So Aurelius, 1, I've always considered Slack to be disposable, so it's a matter of matching the medium to content. Agree with that statement. Evan there is a negative undertone to Reddit as a whole. And worried if that would bleed over. Yes, it would require strict modification and it would require rules, right? It would require a strict rule set. So is there a Slack Reddit integration? I have no. Yeah, not another platform. That's always been a hesitancy too. Too many platforms. Like, I don't use Slack that much. Like, I'm just not in the Slack. Maybe once a week if I go in there. So that's just something I've been thinking about recently. It's a very self-contained area, even though anyone can see or access it. Can you make subreddits private? Like invite-only subreddits? I don't know enough about Reddit. Can you just have a private subreddit? That's a thought. I don't know. But that kind of defeats the purpose. I don't know that I'd want to do that. That kind of defeats the purpose of having topics searchable. One of the biggest thing is that topics on Reddit, like if there is a conversation that people like to have, it gets lost. Like an informational learning experience on Slack is gone as soon as it rolls off the screen. On Reddit, you could keep it. I don't know. This is just something that I was thinking about. It may not be feasible, but that sub is sitting there unused essentially. And I just got to thinking about that. I only see it because I'm the owner and moderator of it, so I see it sometimes. It pops up in my moderator thing, but I never go over there. I don't know. All right, I need to type this up. I'm enjoying chatting to y'all so much. I've got all the ideas today, so we could at least publicize it a little bit. And before we do that, I need to make like a rule set and invite mods. Even though that's not stopping anyone from using it today, but we can say, hey, if you want to have like a paper trail of a topic you're discussing, Reddit's a good place because then you can always search it. You can always see what was discussed. You can always see the images without them getting burnt. So thought it's good for me to talk these things out loud, especially with other people, because I don't really get to. I don't really have that opportunity at home to say, hey, Tyler, what do you think? Like, should we use like /r Pin Addict more? It's like, Slack is pretty cool. Like, which should we use? I can't have that conversation at home. He would be like, Fortnite. Is it on Fortnite? I'm not sure. Apex? Is it on Apex? So, all right. I got to type this intro. Converse amongst yourselves. Pin discussions on our Fortnite. It'd be great. All right, I gotta find a link. Anyone else lose the stream? I wish I could make my settings permanent here. Yeah, we're good here. Yeah, Pin Addict has members. I mean, it exists. It's existed for years and years and years because I thought I might use it and I just never used it because, like Evan discusses, Reddit, like that's almost practically a derogatory term to some people, and understandably so. Like it it's like other social media sites that we use often foster and breed negativity. So Reddit has that same, inside that same class as Twitter and Facebook and whatever other platforms you use, that if you go down the wrong path, you get involved in things that you don't really want to be involved in, so there's definitely that negative side to it. But I don't know. I mean, that's got to be 5 or 6 years old. You can probably see how long that subreddit's been around. It's definitely been years. Right, Aureus. That's why Slack has done super well, I believe. Yeah, like I use Reddit for mostly video game channels that I follow. But it's almost like you're asking for trouble if you publicize it, kind of thing. But that's why the Slack is so good, because Pin Addict people or fountain pen stationary people are just genuinely good people, and like that's the best part of this community. And like I worry about ruining that. Not that would definitively do that, but you're just it's also like burdensome for me, like the management of and moderation of it. That would be more overhead on my part, because it would have to be actively moderated for sure. The hardest thing about this newsletter when I launch a new product is ensuring that I get the URL correct that is not public yet. Nothing makes me more nervous creating a newsletter than having to link things that don't exist yet. Great War Panda, thanks for the sub. You're awesome. Yeah, I go to Reddit for Destiny, baseball, sports, and dog gifts. I like, what's the Reddit that I like? I'll have to find the one that I like. It's cute. It's the ones with the dogs talking, or the pets talking, like people overlay the chat. I don't know why I can't think of it. Animal text gifs. That's the one I like. But yeah, I think it's probably not going to happen. But I wanted to throw that out there because it's been in my head for like a week or two. Just from I will never ever do a forum. Like, I will never do a forum. But people want to have, Groovy Man, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. People want to have more of a resource than Slack. So I'm not gonna lie, I spend too much time in here. Oh, a Nathan Tardif impersonator. I bet that is fun. I don't know. Sometimes I need to turn off, and like animal text gifts is mechanical head pins. I have not seen that. Yeah. Oh, I do follow all the pin subs. Yeah, like I have fountain pens, handwriting. I like handwriting a lot. Like anything that's stationary related. I do follow all those on Reddit. So yeah, like I wonder, I don't know. Mechanical head pins. Like I have never heard of this. Yeah, I mean it already exists, right? So, yeah, like I don't know, it would be a place for what Slack's not good for, which is permanence of information. Oh, do y'all follow who Marcus Brownlee? What's his Twitter handle? MKBHD. Did y'all see that mechanical keyboard he posted? That might make me get into mechanical keyboards. It was an Apple layout, no number pad. It looked pretty cool. If you don't follow him, you should follow him. He's just, even if I guess if you're not into tech, it wouldn't be worthwhile. He just does such good work. He is really good at what he does. But I like the little keyboard he posted yesterday. I don't know enough about him to know if it's good, but he's one of those reviewers that does a good job. Did any of y'all watch Schitt's Creek? That's been my new vice. I found a cool picture yesterday, but I didn't share it with everyone because if you're not into Schitt's Creek, you wouldn't get it. But if you're a fan, I'll send you this picture. ASMR with typing sounds. I bet those have to be out there, right? And I'm not a good typist. Like I'm a hunt and peck typist. Like I'm not a traditional typist at all. So this is so at least one of you watches it. I'll show you this picture I took yesterday. So I live in a small town and we have a little small downtown square. Just we have one of those traditional small town squares with, courthouse in the middle, square around it. So let me find this picture I shared with one of my friends. Um, I shared this with her on Twitter yesterday, knowing that she likes the show. So the sign says, if you can't read it, it says the Harmony Baptist Church Ladies Auxiliary Christmas Jubilee. So there's a group of women singers called the Jazzagals. So I sent that, and the theater's called the Rose Theater, and it was just kind of like all I could think of was the Jazzagals on this. So I sent this to my friend yesterday. I was pretty happy with this picture, even though it's like a total inside joke. If you don't watch Schitt's Creek, it won't make any sense at all. But I was just super happy. Did you watch season 2 of Ozark? I watched season 1 and liked it, but not enough to like immediately jump into season 2. But I heard it was pretty good. So that was me having fun yesterday. So I'm not done with the show yet. So I'm in halfway through season 4. So. Okay, so I will pick up Ozark. That'll be one of the next things that I do when I'm done with Schitt's Creek. And one day I'll be done with this newsletter. When I'm done with this newsletter, we can see what else other stationary stuff we talk about. Then we'll play some Goose Game. Maybe in an hour or so. Because my afternoon, like I'm stuck here. Like if you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, I have no car because my wife has my car today. So we're going to play for a little while, as long as I can get this work done and get this newsletter out. Holy cow, Rough Star. That's nuts. My apologies. Oh boy. I love the Optima. I'm a big fan of the Optima. Did y'all get a chance to listen to my interview with Carrie this week? We had fun doing that. 88 greater than Optima. I have both. I will disagree. I understand, but I disagree. But just like with the Sailor Pro Gear in 1911, I was all Pro Gear all the time. And now I think I prefer the 1911. I actually prefer the Optima over the 88, even though it's the same kind of idea. Yeah, Carrie and I could have talked like another 30 minutes. Like I cut out a bunch of that. All right. Thanks, Even Supposing. We'll see you. Yeah, it's funny, Blake Moore. Like I'm the opposite on Sailors, but I'm definitely that way on the Auroras. I don't know why, but I like them both. I just have a preference. I had to send my Optima in too. Mine's split in half, and I still love it. I still recommend the pen, and mine cut right in half. Hey Tessa, good morning. Anchor, finial, or bust. That's true. You lose some of that aesthetic, and that's a good aesthetic. That's a good question, Evan. So, what makes using Urushi so different from regions? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I have a great answer for that. I wonder if it's the underlying ebonite is like a feel thing, and then is there thicker more layering? Is there 30, 40, 50, 60 layers of lacquer variance between certain things on top of whatever the underlying. I don't know that I have a good answer for that. This is when we need to put up the Brooks bat signal. He's usually not busy in the morning. He's usually in here. Come on, Jonathan, be lazy like the rest of us. I mean, I don't even know that I have something that's not Japanese urushi lacquered that I could tell. Here's the oral order: MR, Pelican 205, Twisby Eco, Lamy 2K, 2 Sailors, and Allura. Or I mean, that's the path. That is the path. That's good stuff too. Yeah, it is correct. So yeah, Evan, I don't know that I have an answer, a clear answer. Tallulah. How are those stock stub Aurora nibs? I haven't. That's one thing I haven't tried. All right, Tallulah, where you at? Where you at? Yeah, I wonder. It has more ink flow, right? There's more ink being pushed to it. I would think it would stay consistent. Aurora nibs tend to be tuned more tightly, if you will, but on a stub, I would think it would be have a pretty decent flow. Could be ink, could be paper, yeah. Yeah, really, it definitely changes over time, for sure. Yeah, I wonder if it's absorbing the ink, for a little bit of time. Sorry, I'm thinking while I'm writing as well. It's never a good combination. My wording. What do we need here? More pictures. All right, I need Tallulah pictures now. Oh, they are in a different spot. Oh, the other thing. This is Brad Launches All the Things Day. I have the Bic and the Sharpie ready to go on the Pen Addict site, but I'm having trouble getting the images to scale properly. It's been a little bit of a frustrating thing. Yeah, rough star. So you just have to twist the piston in and out a bunch, and then sometimes I will leave it filled with water for like overnight. You know, fill it up with water and leave it, shake it. Unscrewing the nib is easy in the Optimas. That makes them easier to clean. So yeah, those are all good tips. Oh, whoa, whoa. Honk, honk. Goose game is going to happen today, yes. I just got to get through a little bit of work this morning because my timing has been thrown for a loop. But yes, we are definitely, I'd say within the next 30, 45 minutes, we'll, I did not get a honk to the soundboard. We got to do that. It's got to be a good goose honk. But yeah, we're definitely playing. So I apologize. I just got it. There are some work things I have to do this morning, but I'm getting close to being done. And then we can see what else we need to talk about, and then we'll get into the goose. All right, I think my newsletter is typed and ready. And we hope the magic link is... Yeah, I'm heading to the proofread stage right now. The only problem is I can never test the link, and that just drives me insane. Edit, edit, edit. All right, as I get close to wrapping this up, what else do we need to talk about today? I feel like I have some pen stuff I need to talk about. Can't take the whistling. Am I whistling? I know I was singing to myself a minute ago. I do that. It drives my wife crazy. I do this little light whistle. I admit that it's annoying. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, see, I'm singing. I can't help it. I like my music. I like to sing. All right. I hope everything is correct. Oh, I know, Jesse. It's come between me and my wife many times. The whistling thing. You should be satisfied for a while. Rough Star. You have a good group of pens. I'm actually selling a bunch of pens to get back down. Hey, Gray Fox Sound. That's what we could talk about. I gotta write up my pen sales this week because I think my pen is showing up today. The pen I can't talk about or open or use. I think it arrives today, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we are scheduling this newsletter. That means I'm done writing it. It is going out today at an unspecified time. That is in the future from this time. My custom Arushi. As soon as I sell these pens, as soon as I put up this pen sale, I know I'll sell 10 of the 19 of them. I know, you told me, Anna. Will it be in the morning? I don't know. I'll try. The only thing is, I don't know where to post it that I'm selling these pens initially. Like, what's the most equitable thing? Like, should I post it to Pen Addict members first? Should I post it on Twitter? Should I make a blog post? I sweat those things. Like, I want to be equitable to everybody. All right. Yeah. But like, it's weird for like being a Pen Addict member thing. I was like, hey, I'm trying to sell you things. Post it to the Pen Addict Reddit. That's pretty smart, actually. Like, I worry about like too much selling. Like, even though this is different, it's still like, hey, you have the first opportunity to buy a thing from me. That makes me feel awkward. It's okay. I don't have any money post away. I hear you. All right. I hope this newsletter is good. If this newsletter is not good, you can apologize to me later. You can yell at me later, and I'll apologize for it. So yeah, it's not like it's like, I don't know. I've never been comfortable selling stuff. Oh, I know I will hear. I only hope I can get over like misspellings and typos, even though I don't think there are any. What will be a problem is if that link doesn't work, and you just never know until it happens. All right, I'm gonna double check all my launch times. I think everything's looking good. Hey, so the one thing about me making mistakes and errors is you should always tell me. I am that person. Like, I want to know, even if I can't change them. Like, it just, I need to know that. It just helps. It helps me. I don't care about that kind of stuff. I would rather know than not know. Boy, sorry. I'm a little anxious today, chat. Just when the morning plan doesn't go your way, it throws me for a loop. All right, I think I can put the laptop away. The 800 is about as long as the Safari. Yeah, the Safari is a longer pen than people realize. It always surprises me. It's a good feeling pen. It's my favorite Pelican. I just ordered a new printer. That escalated quickly, Andrew. That was fast. Why not Slack? No reason. I don't have any reason to or to not post things anywhere. I just don't know. Yeah, should I do like an advance notice? Like, I don't want to make it feel like it's special or anything like that. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I just want it to exist and people to see it. So yeah, about the only I don't like the 600s because it's kind of a size that's right in the middle. That I like the 200s or 400s, or I like the 800s, the 600s and the thousands. I'm actually selling the two 600s that I have. I'm gonna get that up by this weekend. I will tell y'all that just because I want to use this new pen. It's gonna be once the pen gets here. I'm gonna want to use it, and I can't use it till some of those pins are sold. I have to chill before we play the goose game. I am like anxious. See, it's funny. I like the 400 better than the 600. I want it smaller because I like small pins. The 600's like middle ground. Sorry, now I'm talking to Mr. Spoke Pen himself, Brian. All right, I need a coffee. I have a Coke Zero this morning. I need a coffee. I think the 1000's too big for everybody. Or more specifically, the nib. The barrel I get. The barrel's awesome. It's really cool. Yeah, the 205s are awesome. Coffee, just can you go off the rails on coffee drinking? Yeah, if I got into like fancy tea, that would be a problem. I already have a coffee problem. I don't need a coffee and tea problem. It's great to have the opportunity to test them all out. I'm going through my notes here. I don't think there's all my carry notes. Podcast notes. I need to write a podcast blog post. I'm not going to do that. Okay, cool. I will do this. All right, I got to put out an update. I got to put out our final update for Spoke Pen. So let me do that real quick. See this? I did kind of intend to sometimes do work on these streams, but I don't want to do it too much. I want to get my work done so we can just talk stuff on the streams. But sometimes, like today, it's just going to have to happen for a timing reasons. I hope that's okay. I'm glad y'all are hanging out here, keeping me sane. And then we'll get into... We're definitely playing the goose. That's actually probably what I need for anxiety relief, is a goose yelling at things. All right, Spoke Pen updates. We are sending the final update, and I am sending it now. We've already typed it up, and Brian typed it up. I just got to go send it, and he's not available. Sorry, now I'm going to reread this. Y'all love seeing me type and read newsletters, don't you? It's awesome. I was so busy this week, I forgot to do Tuesday tool set for those who subscribe to the Pen Addict RSS feed. I sneak the Tuesday tool sets in there. It slipped my mind this week. It's even on my alerts, and I missed it. It happens sometimes. All right, this is my reading. This is my editing face. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Jesse. All I hear is music when I'm reading, so it does come out sometimes. I just realized that when I'm sitting here reading, when I'm talking, I don't hear music, but when I'm reading, I'm playing a song in my head that I heard this morning. And that's where the whistles and singing came from, because it just happened again, and I almost did it. Then I caught myself because I knew you'd be mad at me. I just remembered the one topic I wanted to ask y'all about, so hold that thought. All right. Oh, you don't want me to sing, so you should commit to that too. Just say the singing and whistling is bad. Okay, that's sent. Now I need to go into the danger zone. I need to open my email real quick. I'll try not to read the other things. Email. I'm not going to read the other emails. I just want to make sure this one went. So I read emails, and it means I'll do more work. I'm not going to do any more right now. All right, it went. It went. Close email. We'll have the spoke pins haven't been available outside of the Kickstarter yet, but they will be in a few weeks. We hope to have some out by the end of the month. That's the working plan right now. We're just going to take a little time to build inventory for that. Okay. I did have another topic real quick to go through that I just remembered. So we do our gift guide episode on the Pen Addict. That's coming up soon with Anna Reinert from the Well Appointed Desk. And I was wondering, we always decide on how we're going to present it. We've done price point gift guides. We've done person type gift guides, beginner, experienced, artist, writer, those type of things. What type of thing works the best when we're doing a gift guide episode? Do you have anything? We try to make it fun and unique each time. I think like the gifting types tends to work better as opposed to the gifting price points. Like, so we'll all pick different types of peoples. I don't care if you skip it, Tony, as long as it's downloaded. I really don't care if you listen. So thanks for the download. Appreciate it. You like it broken down by price? Oh, great War Panda. Thank you. I'm glad you like the pen so much. I need to finally get a final version of a spoke pen. I don't even have one yet. I haven't stolen mine yet. I need to steal one. Mine's in, the one I use is from rejected parts. So yeah, that's it won't be next week. Maybe the price. Oh, mix them, mesh them together, huh? Price points and a type for that person in there. That episode costs you money. That's a tough episode to do because we like try not to be obvious, but sometimes the obvious answer is the best answer, right? So it's not always the easiest thing to do. I'm gonna go back through some of our previous episodes, see how we've done them. But I think it tends to work better for the person type. But then you could do the price points within the groupings. And we will also take specific questions. Like if you have a specific gift buying question, that should be an Ask TPA either in Twitter or to my email, hello@penaddict.com. If you have a very specific gift buying situation, gift giving situation that you want a specific answer for, we will take those as well. I will put that out on Twitter. That Sherry, that Toronto stream is one of the funnest things I've ever done. I'm not gonna lie, I've watched that like 2 or 3 times, just because like I'll put it on in the background. It's such a good memory. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that a lot. I'm writing down some of these ideas. Yeah, the music. We got some of that's blocked out now on YouTube. Like it got the copyrighted thing. Hey, Aurelius, I would too. But what's the answer? That's my struggle. I would like to see something more than the usual Metro, Safari, Twisby Eco, Retro 51, Platinum 3776, Lamy 2000, Pelican, but there's a reason those are the answer. What's the answer if those aren't the answers? And I'm not directing this at you. I'm directing that at me. That's something that's the discussion I have with myself all the time. What's the other answer? Podcast planner, hopefully the end of November. That's the plan. Yeah, the meshing of methods. That's actually what I'm writing some ideas about right now. Right. In addition to, yeah, like options, like almost like if the Retro 51's too obvious for you or not your style, what are the other pens that will answer and solve that problem? But it's different. Small makers, yeah, I like that. That's why yeah, breakout surprises are something we usually cover for sure. That's why the top 5 list has been so difficult to update, because a lot of it's been solved for whatever that word means and whatever you want to take it to, right? I mean, then it's just recommending for recommendation's sake. And these are the struggles that I have. Like when I think about these types of things, do I get tired of saying Retro 51 all the time? Sure. But it's a great pen and no one can beat it, relatively speaking. For most answers, it's the answer. Most questions, I should say. So yeah, these are the things I think about all the time. Yep, that progression is important. Yeah, I like accessories a lot. I like accessory gift buying and gift shopping almost more than like the pen or pencil shopping, because those are the things that tend to get the secondary thing, right? Where you know, okay, I got the pen. Now what other things can I do with and for this pen? So yeah. Best new pens. How do you get others to buy you pen, papers, and inks? That's really good. That's a really hard thing because I never asked for that stuff. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had anyone buy me a gift. That's not a station, like a family person, like it's a family member. I would just have to tell them, buy me this, and then they'd have to go do it, and then I know, oh, huge surprise. Like no one surprises me in my family with a stationary gift. Although I lie, I take that back. Last year, my wife's sister got me the ballpoint book. About the history of the ballpoint. The author's name was Moldova. I'll have to look it up. The Bic Easy Click fountain pen. I have not seen that. So yeah, that was a surprise book, and like I loved it. It was great. Super weird story. The book was very oddly written. Like I would recommend it. Like if you can get it from the library. It's the author even described it in the introduction that some of it was fictionalized, and the way he wrote the story was very strange. But it had some good tidbits and some general timelines of how the things work. But he definitely took some liberties in telling the story. So that's why it's not. I don't know that it's necessarily canon what he created. What is that book? Ballpoint, A Tale of Genius and Grit, Perilous Times, and the Invention that something. Yeah, book recommendations is a great idea. I'm gonna write that down. Oh, just show me the cover, you dingies. So here. So that's the book. When I tried, oh, there's the image. So it's an okay book. Like I'm glad I was super excited to get it, and I read the whole thing, and it was good. But like to take this as fact would be stretching it. And the author admitted as much in like the preface. Oh yeah, Strong Bad. His Halloween costume is the big boy. Oh, that's hilarious. So let's do book recommendations. Yeah, I miss Homestar Runner, even though it's not gone away. But I watched it in the beginning. When did that start? That has to be well over a decade ago, right? Speaking of Bic, as soon as I pulled this up, there was all the Bics. What was the Bic Easy Click FP? Let's see if that happens. Nope, we gotta. I shouldn't put FP. Bic Easy Click fountain pen. I have not seen this. Interesting. Whoops, I wanted to see the price. Where's the price? It's like $7. That's cool. Two decades? Yeah, that 2 decades may be more accurate. Strong Bad, Homestar Runner. It's worth, like, if you like internet cartoons and like inside jokes and things like that. It's a good series. It's fun. It's funny. I think the guys were in Atlanta when I lived in Atlanta. I think that's where it came out of at the time, right? Trogdor the Burninator. They just had some great names. Great characters, great writing. You missed Strong Bad and Homestar Runner, and you mix this Bic Easy Click fountain pen thing. I have not seen this. So Rough Star pointed this out. I will try this. I would be interested in seeing. This is basically Bic's Pilot Varsity version. Launched in 2000. Were they see if they were in Atlanta since you got the page up? I don't know why I'm thinking that the creators were based in Atlanta at the time when I was living there. So yeah, it'll be 20-year anniversary next year. That should be cool. So we'll look at that. All right, thanks for the tips on the gift guide episode. I got to schedule that with Anna. It will not be next week, probably the week after. UGA students living in ATL. Good. I wasn't crazy. I felt that was right.